Hi, so welcome to this lesson. So in this lesson, we're going to touch upon a few concepts that you'd like to know to understand Databricks. In this lesson, we're going to focus on a concept called detaching compute from storage. So what is this about? What is this concept about? So if you think about it, traditional databases and traditional data warehouses in particular used to come in a box like this. I'm going to put it on the screen. So box like this, right? On-prem. So you typically put this on premise, right? This box usually have the storage, like the disks, right? And have some computational power, like CPUs. So you have maybe 4 CPUs. So, but essentially they are one box, right? So they run in one box. You can then attach it to the network, right? If you want to like someone from write an application, another one write another application, and so on and so forth, right? You could have one or more boxes of these, and very very powerful. They are not like they are very powerful. But the problem with this model is, let's say this box you have your data that is, I don't know, 1 terabyte, 1 terabyte of data. Now, if your business grow and you start to have 10 terabytes of data, then you're gonna need another box. Why? Because these boxes usually scale up, we call it vertical scalability. Like it grows up vertically. You have to get a bigger box. In other words, if you want to do this, all you need to do, then you have to move your boxes and make it a bigger box. So you're gonna get, I'm gonna literally make it a bigger box actually. So instead of 4 CPUs, you're gonna get maybe 8 CPUs, right? So you're gonna get like that. 8 CPU. And then instead of 1 terabyte of storage, you need 10 terabytes of storage. So you need lots of storage like this, right? And so on. Now, if your data grow bigger, you have to get a bigger box. This is called the vertical scalability model, and it doesn't really scale very well. You have to grow vertically. When the cloud came along, we no longer require to have storage and compute attached in the same box. This is the beauty of the cloud. You can same storage, right? But if you have a smaller task, you can just start a compute of like 2 CPUs to do the task. And if you have a bigger task, you can start a compute of 100 CPUs to do the task. This is called elastic compute, right? So it goes like this. In the cloud, everything is stored in a blob storage. We call it blob storage or simply storage, right? This is the likes of S3 if you are in AWS, or Google Cloud Storage, or EDLS, EDLS, or if you are in Azure Data Lake Storage, whatever the term is. But basically, you store your files and your data in this blob storage. Now, you can do on-demand compute. If you wanted to do a task, this is a small task, you can start a cluster with only one node. And this node has 2 CPUs. And then it reads the data, right? Reads the data and writes the data. If you have a medium-sized task, you can start a cluster of maybe 4 CPUs to read and write the data. If you have a massive compute, you can actually start multiple nodes. Each one has 4 or 5 CPUs, right? And then usually clusters, in a cluster walls, you always have a leader node that coordinates this, and this is the one this you can then read and write from the storage, right? You can do that. After you've done your work, you can just simply terminate the cluster. That's exactly what we do in Databricks. You can create a cluster, terminate a cluster. This model is called detaching compute from storage. So this is what we mean by detaching compute from storage. So in other words, in the cloud, You can detach your compute from storage. You don't have to have one fixed box with CPUs and with storage. You can always have your data stored somewhere in the cloud storage, but then you can start compute that on demand and only needs your meets your computational requirements. So that's all. I'll see you in the next lesson.